I'm so excited to be learning with you again. We are still talking about one of my favorite animals, a shark. Yep, that's right. Today what we're gonna make is actually a chart full of facts all about what sharks can do, have, and are. So in your brain, start thinking can, have, and are, all about sharks. Start thinking. What you're gonna need for today, you ask? Great question. Now, you can either write on, this is up to you, your journal, your writing journal. You can flip to an open page and you can write in there. Or you can take one of the big pieces of paper, hopefully it's white, that you got in one of your folders. It's usually a little bit thicker, and you can make it on there. It's up to you. You get to decide. For today, I think Miss Wilhelm is going to use one of these so that she can write nice and big for you guys. So go ahead, pause the video, and get out either one of those. And you're also going to need a pencil and maybe a marker. It's up to you. You also might need an adult's help setting up your paper. So let's get ready to learn. All right, so as you can see, I got out my paper. That's right, I'm using paper instead of my writing notebook, just because I want to make sure I can write nice and big for you guys, and I want to use markers. Now, if you're using this paper, it's totally okay for you to use some markers. If you're writing in your notebook, I would probably use a pencil. Now, here's what we're going to do today. We have been learning all about sharks, and by now, hopefully, you know how to spell the word sharks. So at the top of our paper, that's the very first thing we're going to write is sharks. So sharks. Now this is the part that you might need a little help from an adult, but you could do it by yourself. I want you to give the word sharks a big underline from one side of your paper to the other. Then in the middle, I want you to draw a line down just a little bit. And then on the other end, a line down just a little bit. And then the same on this side, down just a little bit. Now these are our 3 points. Our first point is the word can. C-A-N. Can. And then I'm going to put a little box around it because it helps Miss Wilhelm stay organized, and that's important. And then the middle word that we're going to write is have. There we go. And again, I'm going to put a box around it because it helps me. Last one, all the way over here, is the word are. And then I'm going to put a box around it. So go ahead, take your time. If you need to, pause the video. Again, we have sharks at the top, and then you have can, have, and are. Can is C-A-N, have is H-A-V-E, and are is A-R-E. So now in your brain, start thinking sharks can, blank. Sharks have, blank. Sharks are, blank. Go ahead and start thinking that in your brain. Pause if you need to. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I want you to think of this like one big sentence, only we're making a list. So sharks can, and then below we're gonna make a list. So I want you to think of all the things sharks can do. Now, hopefully the first thing you thought of is how they move around. How do sharks move around? What can they do? They can swim. That's exactly right. So what Miss Wilhelm is going to do to make her list is put like a little, what we call a bullet point, and I'm going to write the word swim. Now notice, I didn't write too big because I don't want this word to fall under this box because that's a different list. So sharks can swim. What else can sharks do? Ooh, think about, maybe you're thinking about in your head when they're chomping on food. What do you call that? That's, hopefully you're thinking in your head, bite. B-I-T. And because that I says I and not it, we need to add a sneaky E, bite. Good job. What else can they do? Oh, when they're biting, what are they usually biting? What are they usually doing? They're eating. And think about in your head, what do they eat? What? Yes, they eat fish sometimes. Other fish. So sharks can eat, E-A-T, fish. Fish. And I wrote this small because, again, I don't want to go into the other area. Sharks can swim. Sharks can bite. Sharks can eat fish. Ooh, what else can sharks do? Oh, what can they use their nose for? What are they really good? Their eyes aren't that great, but their nose, hopefully you said smell. Sharks can smell. Good. Oh, all right. I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go with 4 for now. Let's move on to have. Have, I'm going to use my other color marker for green. Now, start thinking, sharks have what? What do sharks have? Sharks have, oh, think about this word, bite. What do they use for biting? What do they have for biting? That's right, sharp teeth. So again, I'm going to put a bullet point under have, and I'm going to write R E sharp teeth. SHARPTEETH, sharp teeth. So it says sharks have sharp teeth. Next one. What else do sharks have? What do they use to swim, first grade? What do they use to swim? That big thing in the back that makes them go fast? Yep, that's right. I hope you were thinking about it. A tail. Tail. Look, that's 2 vowels go walking. That's why you don't hear that I. Good job. What else do they have? What do they use when they're swimming to steer their body left or steer their body right? What do they use? Not their tail, but their, oh, hopefully you yelled it out. Fins. Sharks have fins. Fins. And I added that S on the end because they don't have just one fin. They have more than one fin. And that S means more than one. Good. Oh, first grade, I almost forgot about it all again. What do sharks have that they need in order to breathe? Starts with a G. They have it. Now they have a nose, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what they use to breathe. It starts with a G. Yell it out if you know it. I hope you were yelling this word. Did you yell this word? Ill. Again, I added that S because there's more than one. It's not just one gill. Gills. Sharks use gills to breathe. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's a good goal. I'll stop at 4. Now, I'm going to move on to R. And I'm going to use my purple marker for that because I'm color coding. So again, just to recap, we have sharks can swim, sharks can bite, sharks can eat fish, sharks can smell good, sharks have sharp teeth, sharks have tails. Oh, or a tail, I should have put A there. Sharks have fins, sharks have gills. Good. Now we need to work on sharks are. What are sharks? I know we call them sharks, but they're part of the what family? They're a, hopefully you just told someone around you that they're a fish. Fish. That's right. All sharks are fish. Good job. Sharks are, where do they live? Sharks are, this is going to be a long one, living in water. Right? Some fresh water, some salt water, but either way, they're living in the water. Usually oceans. Okay. Sharks are fish. Sharks are living in water. Sharks are, ooh, do you remember that really important word that we learned that starts with a P? What happens when you're an animal that eats other animals? Hopefully, you just said out loud this word. Sharks are predators. Now let me read that out to you. That's Predators. D-A-T-O-R-S. Sharks are predators. We have 1, 2, 3. Let's go for one more. Oh, I want you to think about the shark babies when they're born. Some are born as live babies, but some are what? Some are hatched, right? Hatched. Good. So let's recap. That's H-A-T-C-H-E-D. Hatched. So we have sharks are fish, sharks are living in water, sharks are predators, and sharks are hatched. Good job, first grade. Look at all of the information that you have learned. Oh, give yourselves a really big squeeze hug from Miss Wilhelm, because I am so proud of you and your big, beautiful brains. That's right. Look at this. Look at all of that information that you've gained over the past week or so. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Make sure you show this off to someone in your family. Like, hey, big brother or sister, look at all that I learned. Or hey, mom and dad. Or hey, Grammy and grandpa, look at everything I learned. You should be so proud of yourselves. All right. I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.